Good morning and welcome to the Stick with Rick. Thank you to this week's sponsor, the Sugar Shack, where life is too short for boring desserts. This week we're out here at the Broadway Cave Trail. We're going to go up, check the cave out, and show you guys what it's all about. I hope you enjoy the hike. Now, as we start off, you can see Flatiron there ahead. And over there is the part of the mountain with cave on it. Now the sun is directly above me, so it's not a very good shot. But I hope you guys enjoy the way there. Gonna be hiking through some saguaros. It's a nice flat land all the way over there until we get to the mountain. It'll be a nice traverse up from what I've heard. Now, as you can see in this area, there's not a whole lot of landscape to look at. There is quite a lot of plant life, wildlife. Birds are out this morning. I don't know if you can see that dove right there just chilling out. But it's definitely a good morning for the animals. Good morning to be out here hiking. Hope you all had a good week. Hope you guys listened to the challenge and communicated with some of those in your lives. Got to know them a little bit better. You know, it's a good week to be out here. It's a long, hard week. Even though I had Monday off, it still seemed like it was a longer week than normal. So I'm glad to be out here and enjoying nature and showing you guys everything that I enjoy. See those canyons back there? Just imagine how much history we're going to find today. I know I'm going to go to the cave, but it's only about an hour hike. So what's on beyond that, I'm not sure yet. Alright guys, and there you can see the cave that we're headed towards. Looks pretty interesting. It's a big opening. Don't know how far it goes in, but we will find out. Alright guys, we're getting a little closer to the cave. You can see a little better of those canyons over there. Some of the formations, that's Flatiron up there on top. Oh, it's a good hike so far. Been pretty easy, nice and flat. A lot of rocks though. You can tell there's been plenty of people out here over the years excavating, doing surface stuff. I mean, not anymore, but back in the early 1900s. Most all this rock here is from surface mining, where people would come out here, they'd scratch around and try and find some gold. Oh, there's a nice little squirrel running across the ground. Good morning, Mr. Squirrel. Oh. See all the big saguaros around. Things as tall as trees. Ain't great homes for the woodpeckers and barred owls, cactus wrens, all different birds that like to inhabit out here in the desert. Alright guys, getting a little closer now. Let you see around here. Look how beautiful those mountains look. All different canyons, formations, crevices. I don't know if you can see right over there, that ledge. All little cutouts. Looks pretty neat. And there again is our cave we're headed towards. Should be about another 20 minutes and we'll be there. Now as we come up to the cave here, we'll be turning right. See the cutouts over there on the mountain? Bet you that's where they used to stash some stuff back in the day, whoever lived in that cave there. Got some more cutouts and whatnot across the way there. It's a pretty neat little canyon. Alright guys, and there you have Apache Junction. Or no, that would be Gold Canyon over there to our left. As you pan around here, then you got Apache Junction. You can probably see a little bit of mesa from here. All the little mountains out that way. Good little view from this hillside. Definitely see plenty out there. You can tell why this was at one time one of the most dangerous areas of Arizona. Because you had the gold miners out here at the base of the mountain looking for their gold and venturing into the mountains. Then you had the Apaches up in these mountains, waiting for them, looking for them. Now, if you got caught in the crossfire between the two, it was not a good day for you. But you can see just how easy it is to have a scout on one of these mountains and see absolutely everything around you. As you can see, it's a pretty steep climb up there. It's been nice so far though. Got a few chuck outs up there, cutouts. We're going to check out when we get out of that cave. As long as there's a decent path up that hillside, I think I might make my way to the top. Alright guys, here we are. Made it to the opening of the cave here. Did a little hike, quite out of breath. That last half mile is almost as treacherous as hiking 3 miles anywhere else. Just straight up from there. Good view though. Let's get up here and check out what's inside this thing, huh? There we go. Getting up into the cave now. Doesn't look like she goes very far. There's somebody's jacket. There's a tunnel that comes down here. Guess we can take a peek in there. Give me a second, get some lights on. Alright guys, there's a lot of swarming here. Let's hope that that's not Africanized bees, which it does look like it is. I am not going any further. I apologize about that, folks. I am highly allergic to bees, and I am not getting stung today. Let me give it a minute here. Take a walk around, see if I can make sure these are bees. They do look like they are. They sound like they are. I don't want to take that chance, but I would like to see what's down there. Alright guys, let's take a walk in here. See what we got. Oh wow. That's all just dead ends anyway. And it is full of bees. But that's pretty neat. You know it goes a lot farther down in there. That was probably one of the old mines back in the day for the Spanish. It's too bad ain't nobody can get a claim on that, because you know that goes pretty deep. This is pretty neat to look at in here though. Different ways it's been blown out, cut out. You know, imagine how much gold they got out of here. I want you guys to soak this in. I'm standing here, one person, halfway up a mountain, and I can see the homes of thousands of people. Thousands. You can see for miles. And just picture for a moment all those houses, all those people, thousands of people down there. Look at how small it is from up here. Look at how small everybody's world that they make so big, so self-centric actually is. It's nothing in the grand scheme of the entire universe. That's why it behooves of us to take the time to say thank you to the Lord. Thank you to the universe. Thank you to Jesus for giving us a future. Thank you for everything that's been done for us to make sure that we can survive, to get us through another week, to make our families healthy and happy. There's a lot of work he does to make all this go around. I want you to be real quiet. Listen to the mating call of that bird. And of course, he stopped as soon as I start the video. Here's the opening to another little exploration. Can't quite get to it, but pretty neat to look at. And there is the ground. You can see how steep it is on the way down. Alright guys, in this little area here, you can see where they had started exploring, trying to find the gold. A little treacherous to be up here today. We're going to see if I can show you guys some stuff. Here's our first of those little holes. All this red rock means there had to have been something here back in the day. Now, as you come up, got one more there across from us. Let's see how we're going to do this. There we go. Get up there a little bit. You can see the ones across the way there. All the ones up here in these little holes and whatnot. Pretty neat up here. Here's another one of those excavations. You can see they tried to find something. Whether or not they found it here, it's a good question, because you know that bigger one is right down the way. Well, we're going to come down this way, check out a few more of these little holes they got over here. These guys are all full of holes in this little canyon. All little homes for bees and birds and animals now, but you can see where it's been blown out, been explored, and tried to find something here. Got one there up top and one down below. We're going to round this bend and see what's over there. Try not to slip on these rocks. This is pretty steep. There we go, right there. Take another little video and I can figure out a way up in it. And this here, guys, is just an example of how hard they were willing to work back in the day. Now that goes exactly 10 feet back. This was at one time an exploration mine, or at least a surface mine, where somebody was in here with a pickaxe and a shovel trying to get what they could get. Can you imagine trying to break all this rock, make you a hole that size just so you can get in there and get a little bit of money? Now back in the day, they'd risk their lives for just that. Alright guys, that's as close as I'm getting today. It's starting to rain. Mother Nature's telling me to get off of this hill because it starts raining any heavier and I'm going to end up sliding down it. Hope you guys have enjoyed this hike. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the way out to the truck. I'll take another quick couple videos. Hope you're having a good day. As I'm making my way out of here, you can see the cloud coverage all around. Storm coming in. Thankfully, on the way down, the rain kind of slowed up a bit. Kind of feel bad now. I don't want to turn around and take that half-hour hike back up and explore what I was doing. So we're going to have to do another episode back out here. I mean, thankfully, we did find some more stuff to explore, so that means I do have another episode I can give you guys. Let you guys enjoy some of the hike now. It's getting flatter. I come up here and should be a trail that hooks around back to the right through that canyon there. We're going to take that for a little bit. I don't know how far. I've got about a bottle and a half of water left, so I'll finish at least a bottle of that before I turn around. And there's a lot of bees out here today. I'm glad all those rumors you hear about Africanized bees in Arizona are just a myth. This is the only state I've been around where you could be around 1 million of them and ain't gonna sting you. I mean, I was kind of scared to get in that cave because there was so many of them, and just because I am allergic. But knock on wood, I haven't been stung since I've been out here. It's kind of wild for me to think about because the ones in Florida are quite aggressive. The ones out here, they really don't mess with you much. I mean, there might be a bunch of them at one time, but they don't mess with you. They just do what they need to do. They get their nectar to go home, make their hives. It's actually pretty nice to be able to enjoy a piece of nature that you used to be scared of. And there's no real need to be scared of anymore. You just need to be a little apprehensive. Make sure that you don't get stung on accident. And sometimes, when you're way out here, it's a couple hours to the nearest hospital or doctor's office. And I don't carry an EpiPen. I figure, you know, something like that happens to me out here, I probably deserve it. We'll make our way back down through all these rocks, down this canyon, checking out all the cactus and bird life around us. Now, last week I gave you guys a challenge. Go out there and talk to somebody you know, get to know them a little bit more. I got another challenge for you this week. Go out, find a perfect stranger, somebody you don't know. Do a favor for them. Buy them a cup of coffee. Sit down and have a story with them. See if you can learn some more about the society around you. You know, some people, it's all they need in life is somebody to stop and say, hey, how you doing? How's your day? Because they don't have anybody in their lives. They go home, an empty house, they go to work, nobody really talks to them because they're quiet. So sometimes when you're out and about, you see that guy with his head down, just stop and say, hey buddy, let's buy you a cup of coffee. Let's sit down and chat and see if we can make your day a little bit better. Because you know, if we all did that, we took the time to notice the people around us, took the time to care about them, this world would be definitely a lot better. Now we're coming up on this rock cairn. We're going to take a right and head on back in there. Call that Monument Valley. I wonder what kind of monuments we're going to see, but sure should be an interesting hike for the next bottle of water. Well, we got some more cutouts there in front of us. As you can see, that mountain's pretty tall. A lot to explore back in there. Somewhere in here, there's a few lost mines. Maybe we'll get lucky, we'll find ourselves another one today. Come down this little canyon here, probably take a right, see what the valley looks like, and let you guys see it. As you can see, that cutout is a lot bigger than what it looked like from the ground. That'd be a nice part of our next exploration on top of this mountain. Maybe we can find some trinkets in there. You know, that used to be one of these old Spanish mines, and there is another hole up above it. Looking from down here, I don't really see a clear path to it. Hopefully maybe when I turn this corner, I'll see something to help us out for next time. Well, now this is something pretty neat to stumble across in the middle of the mountain. You can tell somebody has some kind of encampment here, because that's an old fireplace. Old fireplace rock is what they call it on the map, I do believe. That's pretty neat, all these years still to just be standing here. Now this, folks, is what happens when you do a good job, when you do your job right. It lasts forever. This thing's been here at least since the 1800s. As you can tell, there's been a whole lot of weather, a lot of fires, a whole lot of things it's had to withstand. But it's still sitting here standing. How about that, folks? Now getting back in these mountains, taking a look at all the tailings down here. Looks like way back in the day, there was quite a bit of Spanish mining in these canyons. There's quite a few hidden mines back in this one little valley that I doubt anybody really even knows are here. The signs are everywhere. Man, that's pretty cool. So as you can see, there's all little holes. Looks like there could be something all over these mountains. All right, guys, I have finished my last bottle of water. My first bottle of water, and about half the second one. So I've gone as far as I'm going to go today. Show you guys this valley right here I'm in. Stop, take a quick break, quick smoke, enjoy the views, show you guys the little crevices and holes around here. You can see that was another exploration up there, and a few more down the way. You see all the tailings right there. You can tell somewhere up there used to be a mine. That's all rock that's fallen from what they've blown out. Where it is, I'm not quite sure. It's somewhere at the top of those tailings, somewhere on top of that mountain. We also have some over here. That's why I'm hoping next time I come out here, the rain's not going, and I can climb up that front side we were on. Because I do believe if I can get in there, I can show you guys a whole lot of history. But just right here, you can see the mines back from, this had to have been probably 1700s. About 100 years before the Americans were here. This is where the Spanish had set up. They were doing their mining. You can see it's not a real easy terrain to get to. And there wasn't a whole lot of Indians living in this particular canyon because pretty treacherous. There's not a lot of real water around, so it wouldn't support too much life. There is plenty of plant life out here, and as you can see, it's been a good time of year. A little bit of rain that we did get, it's got plenty of color out here. Another look back at Apache Junction. And out there, past those trees, is mesa. Hope you guys are all having a good day. I'm going to finish my smoke, turn around, and we're going to head back to the truck. Well, folks, as it turns out, I was telling you stories. I don't know if you can see it here, but I turned around from smoking my cigarette, found me a nice little trail, turn around, and what do we got right there? There's a hole in the mountain. Looks like it might be a cave. Let's take a walk over there and check it out. See, folks, just a little bit further than you're willing to go. I'd have turned around right there where I said I was going to turn around. I never would have saw this. I never would have found it. But here we are, approaching a hole in the mountain that I didn't know was here. There we go. How about that hole? That looks promising. Little side entrance there. Oh, this is steep. A fire pit outside. Oh, wow, guys. Check that out. We get to go explore. Let me get some lights on for you and see what's in here. Oh, guys, check this out. Hopefully we don't run across nothing in here we don't want to see. But man, that's pretty neat. No mine back in here. How about that? The things you can see, and all you do is take a couple extra minutes. Look around you. Enjoy the universe around you. Enjoy the world. I never would have known this is here, guys. How about that? Thank you for joining me. I hope this is exciting to you like it is to me. We're going to go out and take a right. We're going to check out that other little exploration right here. See if it goes just as far. Oh, drop my flashlight. Give me 1 second, guys. Now it goes about 4 feet in. But man, that cave is pretty cool to find. How about that? Well, yeah, here in the middle of nowhere. Look at that there, folks. Such beauty. Thank you for joining me. Now, standing around looking at the rest of this mountain here. Just waiting before I go back down. Give me a minute to catch my breath. I'm catching a few more holes. A few more mines. Nobody even knew we're here. It's amazing. Just take a few seconds when you're out here in these woods, out here in the mountains. You can learn a whole lot of history, or at least see a whole lot of history. Such a great day, guys. I appreciate you following me, and I appreciate you liking my videos. I just want to remind y'all to check out the new menu over at the Sugar Shack, where those desserts definitely aren't boring. They're quite tasty. They're almost as delicious as the views out here and the finds I've found today. So if you're in the mood for a snack, guys, go out and get you a cupcake, get you a brownie, get you a cookie, get you something nice down at the Sugar Shack. Alright guys, now I get to show you some of the fun I get to have out here on these hikes. You know, some of the paths coming in from the way you come from the parking lot or one of the main hikes out here, they're pretty easy to see. But when you get out to the place that you're going to, trying to find the trail back isn't always the easiest bet. So what you gotta do is kind of stand, look around, look for that tumbled brush down there on the ground. Stuff that's been stomped down. You see it kind of meanders down the creek bed there. Now what I want to do, make this a little bit easier on myself, is I'm going to find a way down to the creek bed and walk the creek until I can find another trail. So journey with me. We'll walk across the rock so we don't hurt too much of the foliage. Get down here to the creek bed, and we'll just walk this thing on out, at least for a ways. To me, I find it one of the easier ways to traverse if you can find a creek bed like that. You don't really need to worry about following trails because there's plenty of rock and stuff you can see. Until you come to a spot like this where find the easiest way down in it. Oh, there's a cairn right there. All right. So you're going to go across this rock. We'll make our way down through these trees here. All right, and now we're into the creek bed. How about that, folks? Now you see this big black rock up here. It looks black now, or most of it does. But from what I've found and experienced, some of this black rock, you put it into a tumbler, it comes out green. It's a nice color of green, dark green, but it doesn't stay that black. Oh. See, this is a lot easier. You don't have to worry about finding a path. There's a little bit more ups, a little bit more downs over the rocks, but still a nice way out. Some of these are a little slippery now that it's raining. We're making a nice little walk through the wilderness here. Hope you guys are having a good day. Like I said, if there's any ever a hike you want to see out here, or a video you want, just drop a comment, let me know. I'll see if I can oblige you. And it's been a great journey today, guys. Just checking all of this out. And down here, realizing you're just one small part of a very big universe. And right there, another mine opening we're going to check out eventually. Like I said, I'm getting hot. I'm rationing my water. Make sure I can get back to the truck. So I'm not stopping there today. I don't like taking dangers when it comes to water or supplies out here because I don't feel it's right for somebody to have to come try and save me because I made a dumb mistake. It does look like it's the trail back, guys, so I'll catch you on the back side of this. Hope you're having fun. Now this is pretty fun, skipping across all these rocks down here. See if I can show you guys the journey without dropping the phone. This here is all rock. It fell from one of the mines out here. It's an awful lot of rock. I just got to find my way to the trail from this rock. All right, there she is. All right, we made it across. How about that? There's another one of them little openings I was telling you about. A few more over there to the left. So much to see today, guys. So much to enjoy. Sometimes God just blesses you with a little bit more to enjoy. And man, am I thankful. So now it's a part in the hike where it flattens out a little bit, almost all the way out to the truck. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I want to thank you for enjoying another episode. I want to say thank you to the sponsor, the Sugar Shack, where life is too short for boring desserts. I hope you all have a good week, and until I catch you next time, folks, keep your lives enjoyable. Looking back up at that cave, guys, you know, it kind of upsets me how much our government lies about the history of this country. You see, they call that there the Broadway cave. If you try and do any kind of research about that being a mine, you're not going to find any. What you're going to find is that's a cave. It's a natural cave, according to the United States government. We were in there. We saw the tunnel. We saw the tunnel had been filled in. We know that's a mine. And it's that one small hole in the side of a mountain out in the middle of nowhere, Arizona. It's just a very small lie. What else are they hiding from you? What else of your history have they changed that you believe to be true? So whenever you hear something, folks, make sure to listen and take it with a grain of salt. Because until you've seen it and put your eyes on it, you got no idea what it is, what it was, or could be. And just remember that when somebody tries to tell you something. Use your own mind to figure out your own way of thinking.